Meaning and content of dreams has fascinated humankind over the centuries. This presentation offers a hypothesis on how dreams occur. To understand dreams, we have to understand how memories are formed. In humans, the visual tract, the visual sensory inputs are dominant. So let us take the optic pathway. We have retina, the optic nerves, the optic chiasm, the optic tracts, the thalamus, the corona radiata or the optic radiations, and finally the occipital cortex, where visual impulses are perceived. The second phase is the recognition and recording pathway. Once an image is perceived, how do we recognize it and how do we record it? Recognition occurs in the association cortices by comparison with archives that are available there. From the association cortex, these impulses are sent to the hippocampus through two pathways, the what pathway and the where pathway. In the hippocampus, multi-sensory inputs are integrated to form information sachets. The hippocampus acts as a temporary storage depot for information which is incoming. Transfer of information from the hippocampus to long-term memory archives in the neocortex occurs when we are at rest. This information transfer occurs through what are called thalamocortical spindles or waves of information transfer. There are two areas of the brain, discrete areas, which receive the information. We have the frontal cortex and we have the parietal association cortices. The frontal cortex receives an abstract of the information of the memory, and this information is stored in a concise form in language. Language storage of gist information in the frontal cortex is the essence of human cognitive superiority. The parietal cortex, on the other hand, receives multimodal raw information where it is archived. The frontal information archives and the parietal association information archives are tethered through the caudate nucleus. So how is this information archived or stored? There are two phases of information transfer. The first phase occurs during NREM sleep, non-rapid eye movement sleep. The first phase of deep sleep, also called slow wave sleep. During slow wave sleep, thalamocortical spindles transfer information from the hippocampus to the neocortex. As we mentioned earlier, this transfer occurs to the frontal cortices where it is stored in abstract form and to the parietal archives where information now moves from the synaptic maze to intraneuronal archives. This is the secret of single neuron archival of information beyond synapses into the neuron. Now, this transfer of information from the synaptic maze to inside neurons occurs in REM sleep, that is rapid eye movement sleep. So, how do dreams occur? Information which has been received has moved on to the final destination of the information storing neuron, which already has prior information on that particular concept. When this information transfers from the synaptic stores to intraneuronal archives, there is a churn of the information which is already stored. Intraneuronal information archives are resilient, unlike synaptic storage, which is easily damaged. And the storage of intraneural information is probably in molecular bonds or peptide sequences. Now, when new information has reached an information storing neuron, the churn results in some reverse excitation of the synaptic maze. That is, stored information tends to cause a reverberation of the synaptic maze, a reverse information churn, which results in the perception of dreams. Being multimodality information storage in the neuron, the perception can be visual, it can be auditory, and it can also have an emotional overlay. All these have been stored in the neuron and have been disturbed by the influx of new information. So, in brief, dreams occur in REM sleep. They occur during the phase of intraneuronal transfer of information. Dreams arise from archived or innate information. Some innate information might be present in neurons, which can result in prophetic dreams. Dreams are associated with multisensory perceptions because intraneuronal archival is multimodality. Dreams are often associated with emotional overlay, and rarely it can be associated with motor activity.